the month of October, we are reading books about outer space, meaning Earth and Moon and planets and stars. And today we're going to be reading a story about Mars. And this book is a true book, and it's written by Elaine Landau, and it's entitled Mars. I'm only going to be reading the first chapter, and you'll find out all kinds of interesting facts. But there's more to be read in this book, and all kinds of interesting facts, and I want you all to come and check it out and find out all these exciting, mysterious, and unbelievable true facts about Mars. So here we go, boys and girls. Let's read along as I read the story. Mars' surface is very similar to Earth's. Mars' mountains and volcanoes were formed in the same way that Earth's are. Chapter 1, A Trip to Mars. Mars and Venus are Earth's next-door neighbors in the solar system. Have you ever wondered if there is life on other planets? People have wondered the same thing for centuries. They have often looked to Mars for clues. Let's take a trip to Mars to find out why. Many astronomers think there might once have been life on Mars. There may be human life there someday. Because Mars is closer to Earth than most other planets, it might be possible for humans to travel there. The distance between Mars and Earth varies from about 35 million miles, or 56 million kilometers, to more than 249 million miles, or 401 million kilometers. It would take about 8 months to travel to Mars in a spaceship. The gases in Earth's atmosphere include oxygen and nitrogen. Your trip would begin when you blasted off in a spaceship. Soon you would pass through the Earth's atmosphere. An atmosphere is the blanket of gases that surrounds a planet or a moon. Next, you would enter outer space. Your trip through space would look like one very long night. You would be surrounded by darkness all the time. Without Earth's atmosphere in the way, though, you would be able to see thousands of bright stars. Earth's moon, Mars, Jupiter, Venus. Though Mars is closer to Earth than Jupiter is, Mars is dimmer in the night sky. From far away, Mars looks like a star with a red-orange glow. That's why some people call it the red planet. As you got closer, however, you would see color that looks like butterscotch, caramel, and rust mixed together. Mars has gray areas as well. As you flew even closer to Mars, you might notice the mountains, valleys, and volcanoes on the planet's surface. Mars is a solid planet, so your spaceship could find a place to land. It would not be an easy place to go sightseeing, though. It is extremely cold on Mars. There isn't enough air to breathe. You would have to put on a space suit before you could go exploring. Using information collected by spacecraft, astronomers created this image of a deep valley on Mars. If you weighed 100 pounds on Earth, you would weigh 38 pounds on Mars. Mars has many different types of rocks. Many of them were formed from lava. You would feel very light as you hiked across Mars. If you jumped up in the air, you would jump higher than you would on Earth. That's why gravity on Mars is weaker than gravity on Earth. Gravity is a force that pulls you down toward the center of a planet. Why does Mars have less gravity? What makes the planet so cold? What gives it its color? Why do scientists believe that life may have existed there? Let's find out more about Mars. Martian canals? If you look at Mars through a telescope, you might see lines running across the planet. Around 1895, an American astronomer named Percival Lowell decided the lines were canals. Canals are like rivers, except they are man-made, or Martian-made in this case. Lowell thought that Martians had dug these canals. Lowell wrote 3 books about life on Mars. Many people thought Lowell was right. Much later, photos from spacecraft proved him wrong. The photos showed no canals and no Martians that might have dug them. From far away, Mars' natural features just looked like lines, but they really weren't. This drawing from 1877 maps the markings that some people thought were canals on Mars' surface. We hope you've enjoyed the story today and a true book about Mars. We read the first chapter, and you may want to check this book out and find out more exciting facts about Mars. For instance, would you like to live on Mars? How much would you weigh? Goodness gracious. Why are the moons named for panic and fear? And also, what's crawling around? What kind of creepy crawlers are on Mars? You can find out all this by reading this book. We also have some other books. This is Mars and the Search for Life. We have You Are the First Kid on Mars. This is a really good book too that I think you would enjoy. Is There Life on Mars? Another one. We have all kinds of wonderful books about Mars and outer space. Do you really want to visit Mars? Would you really want to? Well, it's cold and there's not a lot of oxygen, so you have to prepare. Now, look at this. This is a National Geographic book, Welcome to Mars. Also, how will you travel to Mars? How will we get there? All kinds of special equipment to get there, and here's some pictures, and it describes them. And this is the night the Martians landed, actually in 1938, when people had just began getting radios in their homes, because radios had not been around that long. They were listening to stories, they'd listened to news, and one night they were listening to a drama about Martians landing. And do you know that people who were listening to it actually believed that the Martians were landing, but they really weren't. But it sounded like it from the drama of the people on the radio, and people started panicking. This is a really good book, and it's very, very true. And for our older readers, meaning mom and dad and legal guardians, grandparents, The Martian. Oh my goodness, this is about an astronaut who was left on Mars because his crew lost him and just figured he was dead. But guess what? He was alive and well. And this is a novel, a suspenseful novel about how he survived the elements. So, one more time, boys and girls, it's a friendly reminder. We have all kinds of materials online. Just go to the College and Memorial Library website, and you can use your library card and download all kinds of wonderful information. Movies, ebooks, all kinds of things. So remember, we are so glad that you are participating, and we want you to come and visit our library or go online on the computer. And we want you to remember to read, read, read.